Welcome back to Plumbcast by WL Chivers Plumbing. We're back by popular demand. Danny, I think our last clip got what?
5 or 6 views.
Yeah, that was grouse.
Big one.
How many did your dad do?
My dad,
He was watching.
I don't think, my dad didn't realise that it was a podcast. He thought that the little snippets on Insta were the whole thing. And I had to explain to him how it works, download Spotify. I think your old man watched it a couple of times.
He watched it 5 times.
Your old man?
Yeah.
Yeah, 500.
Anyway, so we've got a really special guest today. We have Manny from Feed4ward and Jinavo Plumbing. He's one of our fellow plumbing comrades, and we're exceptionally excited to have him here. So, Manny, welcome to Plumbcast.
Fellas, thanks for having me. I'm honoured to be here. I love seeing this. As we were saying before, small-minded people will see us as competition or rivals or anything like that, but to the contrary, it's the opposite, You're a plumber, I'm a plumber, we're part of the same community.
Absolutely.
So, I love seeing this. So, guys, I wish you the best of your podcast, yeah?
Thank you very much. And, you're an early guest, and we appreciate you coming. So, Manny, tell us, we believe you've just come in from the US overnight. Is that correct?
Yeah, flew in yesterday.
Got a couple of call-outs or something over there? Or?
Oh, man, as soon as I got back, first thing I did was jump straight back on the computer, see what's going on, blah, blah, blah. And, I had to go back to the factory, jump in the office.
Haven't stopped.
Yeah, we can't. Yeah, we can't. So we'll rest when we die. You got to hit the ground running. So.
What were you doing? So what is a plumber from the northern suburbs of Melbourne doing in the US? As Danny was saying, you're not over there doing call-outs or plunging toilets. What are you doing?
I actually went out there just to do a fair bit of networking. I was with a lot of tech people, people from Meta, Google, people from, I was with somebody from WhatsApp, PayPal, like a lot of the bigger brands, because Silicon Valley or San Francisco is on another bloody level compared to here. That's pretty much where, the world's whole technical life is basically, all the companies that we use every day are from there. But you do have your rivalries. You got Uzbekistan starting to come up, Tel Aviv, Melbourne's apparently trying to really catch up. But Silicon Valley is where it's at.
So obviously WhatsApp and Meta and PayPal is not going to benefit Jinavo Plumbing.
No, definitely.
Why don't you explain what Feed4ward is and why we need to go to the other side of the world?
So Feed4ward is the first ever review platform for business owners, especially tradies, to review clients.
So it's like an Uno reverse card of Google reviews.
Correct.
So they can't just come down on us; we can come down on them.
Exactly, and that's why I made it. It was kind of like I got a bad review, and then I wanted to respond to it and explain my side of the story because the review that we got was absolute bullshit. We told some lady not to drive over a driver after we'd done a 3.6 metre fucking dig up. Anyway, so you backfill it with rock, leave a bit of spool and then it sinks.
Yep.
And mind you, her driveway was about 10 metres long. Drive over it, Dale, no problems, yeah? Just don't park on it. What's she done? Parked on it. 4 days. Long story short, car sank, ripped the copper line off the meter. We didn't touch that. And then, bang, bad review. These guys done a shit job and blah, blah, blah. It's like, but no, Dale, we clearly explained it to you. Anyways, and then I just thought, you know what, when I was writing that response back, I said, man, there's got to, I can't provide evidence. I can't show the text messages of me saying or the emails. It was really one-sided.
It doesn't look good when you're trying to, when you go through a Google review and someone's really defensive, even if it's a pizza restaurant and someone just attacks them we know how to make pizzas, I've been making my whole life. You've got to really enter it with it's our fault, we'll come back.
Of course. You really are at the hands of the customer, and it shouldn't always be the case. You guys know, you do a great job, blah, 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 but you can't please everybody. There's situations like that. So Feed4ward was just really born out of frustration. I just got sick and tired of seeing businesses collapse, and there are serial people out there that just go out and rip people off. And Feed4ward is a way to expose that. Whether they're good clients, get on there, leave great reviews about those clients to encourage others, or if they're bad clients, to save the next business. The review I might leave for a client might save your business.
Correct.
Or the review you guys leave might save mine when he rings me after, hey, I had a lot of dramas with the plumber and, blah, 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 blah. But that's not the case.
I think it comes to, in the building industry, especially if a builder comes to you and he's got, I've got 45 years experience, I've been building houses my whole life, do you want to do some plumbing for me? the alarm bell goes off to, hang on, why doesn't this guy have a plumber?
Where's your plumber?
Where's your plumber?
Absolutely.
But
What
it's not
happened to him?
always alarm bells. It could just be he's literally sold up shop. And then if you can jump on and be like, all right, John Smith's building company, great payout, worked for him for years, top guy, always on time. Then you kind of go, I'll give him a shot.
Of course.
Opposed to that stab in the dark.
Of course. And you might develop a great relationship with that guy too. You might be a builder for many, many years. You might be that plumber that'll service him for 15 years. You know, but there are some great stories like that. There are some horrible ones. Like, we're from the north, man. Like, every building in the north. And, you know, like, we've had many guys, we got rid of the plumber because he was unreliable and he was this and he done a shit job. Then it's like, who's the plumber? He's X. And then you ring X and he's like, nah, man. He goes, I haven't been paid. I haven't this. I walked off.
You never get the full
and it's
story.
like, makes sense now. So that's another reason why I made it, man. So
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
So one of the first things that I thought of, and look, we've signed up to Feed4ward.
Yeah, so thank you for that, bro.
No, pleasure. And, you know, we had to do a little bit of research into it if we're going to query you on it.
Yeah, of course.
The first thing that came to mind, and I think a few people, business-minded people, will say, well, how do you make money? Because I haven't had to put a credit card down. Well, what's the go with that?
I'm not making money, bro. I'm not making a cent.
So this is from this is from the heart.
This is from the heart, bro. There's no financial benefit for me. Wholeheartedly. Like, I probably could have paid off my fucking half my mortgage.
You just don't want to see people getting stiffed.
But that's all it is. There's no benefit for me at all. One guy said something stupid to me. He goes, it's a good way for you to find out our good clients and try to steal them, or find the bad ones and try to steal them. Like, why would I want your bad clients? Yeah. Like, why? Fuck you and fuck your client. Sorry, should I?
Too many F-bombs. Just too many F-bombs.
Can we beep them or anything?
Well, we may have to, but too many. You're too good at talking.
Yeah.
Too many F-bombs. Manny, let's rewind. Can you tell us about how you started in plumbing, what your apprenticeship looked like, and then how that transitioned into creating your own business and how Jinavo was essentially born?
How I started plumbing. Yeah, all right. We'll take it back. I was the youngest of my family. We are immigrants from Iraq. So we escaped during the Gulf War. I was the first one born here. So the expectations were high. It was like, you need to be an engineer, a doctor, a lawyer, a white-collar, really respected profession. During the day, I told my family I wanted to be a plumber.
You disgraced them.
I disgraced them, and I almost got kicked out of the house. Like, It was like, how dare you? You're born here. You got all the opportunities. We escaped war, death, persecution, everything. And you come here and you want to play with toilets?
Yeah.
And it's like...
But also back in your parents' home, is plumbing a licensed trade?
No,
is it a well-earned?
So no such thing.
It's dirt over there.
Exactly.
So when you say it, they're thinking, why you want to be a labourer?
Of course.
How old were you?
I would have been... Oh, man, I started when I was, let's say, 16. So I left high school, went to something called Australian Technical College, which is now Harvester in Sunshine.
So you're from the western suburbs?
No, I'm from the north, man.
Where did you...
Broadmeadows, bro.
Okay, so you're
That's west, isn't it?
No. Yeah.
So you're a Broady boy.
Yeah. Good old Broady boy.
That's good.
Yeah,
so you would have had some tougher times as a young boy from an immigrant family, I assume, as well.
Look, a lot of language barriers, obviously from what they know, there's a lot of like cultural differences and stuff like that. But one thing we never lost was gratitude and appreciation.
100%.
Like, now it's like, if I were to go to my mum and complain, you don't know how good you got it here. Yeah. It's like, I understand that. Whereas I don't feel like the newcomers are like that now. They're kind of like, hey, we'll come here and we'll, complain as much as we want. And it's like, no, this country's opened its arms to you. Fucking embrace it. Love the country. Yeah. But no, so growing up was different. There was a lot of appreciation, a lot of opportunities, man. So, Look, growing up in Broady wasn't easy. Out of my friends group, 2 are dead and 3 are in jail. So
wow.
Yeah. So
that's That's amazing.
Yeah. So I tried a lot of trades. What did I do? Done plastering, done bricklaying, done floated around. But I like plumbing the most. Why? Because it was so broad. Guys, you might be doing a BT today. Next day you're on a roof. Next day you're doing gas lines. Next day you're doing this. It's so broad, And if you start getting all technical, like your type A's, type B's. You can really get into any niche. Whereas, no offense to any other, like bricklayers. Bricklayers is pretty much the same stuff. Brick or block, brick or block, brick or block.
Bricks are bricks.
Do you know what I mean? Or concreting's like similar. You're always doing concrete. Don't get me wrong, concrete bricklayers, fucking hardworking guys, yeah? But I like the diversity of plumbing. So that's what really drew me into it. And just started there. And
did you start like a domestic plumber?
Started as a domestic plumber, yeah. Started domestic maintenance on a broom and shovel for a year or something. So, yeah.
And then end of apprenticeship, journeyman's licensing, night school. I assume.
Yeah, done all that.
Was that a push from yourself, or was that a push from above?
No, that was a push from myself. That's so good. The mindset really changed. It was funny because when I was young, my mum's friend came over, and she's like, I went to the fridge in the kitchen, and they were sitting in the living room. She's like, "Look at my son, the idiot. He wants to go be a plumber." And her friend turns around. She's like, "No." She's like, "Plumbers make a lot of money." And my mum's face is like, "What? Really?"
Sounds like something off like Sushi Mango.
Yeah, really? Do they? Really? Yeah. I had a plumber come to my house. He charged me this. And then the attitude changed, like, oh.
All of a sudden, you're right.
Yeah. But, the money's there, but the hard work is there. You're earning your dollar. You really are earning your dollar.
Yeah.
So.
And then you kicked off was it straight after your apprenticeship?
No, I was working for someone. They unfortunately lost a lot of work, so I did lose my job. And then I ended up working for I won't drop their name, but just a piece of shit company, yeah. They were from Sydney. I didn't know this. And then I was working for them for about 2 or 3 months. Mm-hmm. Long story short, salespeople. Like, this guy was the biggest bullshit artist you ever met in your life. There was one time, Jordan, and I mean this, we're doing a dig up, and he goes and gets tree roots out of the back of his ute, puts them down the drain.
That's a great idea.
Calls the customer over, and he's like, "You got more tree roots down the line.
We need to keep digging."
Variation, 25 grand. The whole job was like $70,000. And it wasn't a big job.
And a residential store.
A residential house, yeah, I still remember. It was in near Oakley, Murrumbina. I still remember this. Yeah, 70 grand, man.
Sounds
so
like one of those companies that ends up on a current affair.
Well, fast forward, he did end up losing his license, got fired.
I think we know who you're talking about.
Yeah. So, and then I got a conscience, yeah. So I used to tell people straight out, like, man, you're getting ripped off. I can't sit there and look someone in the eyes, knowing they just got ripped off,
take
and
the
be
payment
like,
at the end of the day.
yeah, bro, I can't do that. I wasn't a salesperson, I was the plumber. Salesperson used to jump in before me, talk their shit, and then send me in to do it. Anyway, so I just turned around and go, I'm not doing this no more, man. I can't. So I thought to myself, I go, you know what? I'm going to start my own business now. I made Jinavo Plumbing. The funny guy went and registered every single element of the word Jinavo and the word plumbing.
Against you?
Yeah. So he registered and took it.
So he's dirty on you?
Yes, he was really dirty on me. So,
is that your surname?
Yeah, Jinavo is my surname, yeah. Sure. Anyway, so the way I got around it was putting end drainage. Like, you can't, come on, man. I'm not going to go register like Shivers Plumbing. That's your name. That's your name.
Yeah.
So, but, I got around it. Recently, we're transitioning back to Jinavo Plumbing, getting rid of the drainage. And that was my way to sort of beat that. So, yeah, man, I just thought if I can do 1 job, 2 jobs a week, make my wage, why not?
Yeah.
And then, bro, we'll just...
You living at home at the time?
I was, yeah. So I was pretty lucky, man.
I think that's a good start for young guys. Absolutely. It's such an uncertain time of
course.
Is work or not.
Yeah, and then what can I say, man? Like, thought to myself, make my week's wage in a couple of days, I'd chill out. But then it started to grow and grow. Community got behind you, and you guys know this. You don't know who you meet. Mm-hmm. You do 1 good job for somebody, and that turns into 10 clients. And then next minute, it's bang, 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 bang.
I think you were telling us before about like going back to network, and so you open your business, and where'd you just get on the blower and just start talking to everyone?
Yeah. Look, I've always been a big fan of community, not competition. I hate this whole shit about I see his van driving past, dirty, no.
Yeah.
Plenty of work out there, man.
Heaps of work.
Do you know what I mean? Like right now, like say for example, I get a job in your neck of the woods in Heidelberg. I can't do it. Sorry, we can't help you. I really suggest you ring WL Shivers.
Absolutely.
They're a great company. Just let them know that we recommended you. Then she might ring you. Hey, Manny from Jinavo speaks highly of you. Blah blah blah. Even recently, we got a massive roof up in Calcolo. I can't do it. it's too big for me. Who do I ring? Titan.
Yeah.
Hey, Matty, can you come out to this job, chop us out? Bang, no worries.
I also referred Matty a job. So
he's a gun.
I got to know Matt through briefly because they were also a contractor for one of our bigger customers.
Yeah, yep.
And obviously he's quite prominent on the
he's
TikTok
a great guy.
and what he's doing.
Yeah.
And I've referred him into work as well.
Yeah.
We should try and have a chat with him one day.
Yeah.
He'd be
Yeah,
awesome.
he's a great guy, funny guy too. But man, he's like what he does. He's passing his knowledge on to people.
Yeah.
You know, that's all he's doing. And unfortunately, like, people aren't trained the way they used to be. So some people might see that and learn a lot from it. Oh,
this isn't that eat, sleep,
Yeah.
He's a gun.
He's a
gun. Every time his stuff comes up, I stop.
You have
I
to
watch
yeah,
the
you
whole
have to.
thing.
He's
Even some of his tools, you go, I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah. Tell me about it. But see what he's doing. He's teaching us.
He's not targeting clients.
Exactly. You can't. You can never say I know everything. You don't. And with plumbing, it's constantly evolving. You know. So yeah, like I'm big on networking. I love seeing other people do well and work hard. I look. Don't get me wrong. I don't like people having shit given to them and like blah blah blah. You know, like spoiled people. Do you know what I mean? But when you're out there and you turn a shit story into a good story or something out of, make something out of nothing.
Yeah.
I got the utmost respect for you, man.
Absolutely.
Utmost respect for you. And I think the community, like the industry, needs that. We need to kind of stick together, yeah.
Oh, we have to.
If we could, say for example, set pricing, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Whereas like everyone's trying to kill each other and undercut each other and shit like that. It's like sometimes when I see it, I'm like, man, you can keep the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
You take it, brother. No worries. You know, if you're gonna fight, like try to undercut me by this much for that job, take the job.
Have you found that, because I know that different areas have different demographics of clients as well.
Oh,
And
yeah,
that's a very big thing, And I feel that we, in the Northeast, we're in like a really sweet spot pocket where a lot of our customers are baby boomers and it's a bit more of an established kind of area. So we don't get a lot of pushback. Obviously we do the right thing and we don't take it too far, but we've got a great demographic of people that I think it's statistically 70 or 80% of our area doesn't even have a mortgage.
Yeah. You've got to read the room though. It's also, you've got, as you said, you've got the baby boomers own the house, bought it for $100,000. It's now worth $2.5 million.
Yeah.
They're fine. And then you've got the young 30-year-old couple that just got a kid on the way. He's doing really well. He's bought this house for $2 million because that's what it costs.
Mortgage to
the hills.
Yeah.
He needs a new hot water service. His missus is stressed. It's like, well, you got to kind of work the crowd on this one. It's different every job.
And that's the thing, like, in that sense, like, plumbing happens the time you don't expect it to happen.
Of course.
Those emergency call-outs, those, like, unexpected problems happen at the worst times. So sometimes you got to be very understanding about the person's situation. Hey, I need to get it fixed, but I'm struggling a bit. Okay, no worries. Come to terms.
Yeah, what can we do? How can we help you?
Let us help you. Let us help you. I didn't expect to wake up today and have my whole sewer blocked up and blah, blah, blah. But hey, you know what? Let's work with you on this. We'll see what we can do for you.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people appreciate that.
So what's the core work that Jinavo Plumbing does?
Look, we got our hands in a bit of everything. We actually done pretty well during COVID just because we were very broad. Anywhere from your residential to your, how do I say it, man? Like your ordinary homeowner to your bigger clients. Like, we've got some statewide clients that are huge, industrial, commercial. We look after apartment complexes. Then we can go into like real estates, body corp. We can head into everything.
Do you do much construction work?
I used to, but we actually pulled the pin on it probably about 2 years ago.
So you don't do builders?
Nah.
Neither
As soon as a builder rings us, and I'm from the north, brother, can you give quote?
Yeah.
Sorry, mate, we don't do builders.
Yeah.
And you know what? I've found the more you say no, the more they kind of want you. One guy took offence. He's like, I'm from X Constructions. I'm like, oh, yeah, I've heard about you. Not interested. He's like, why? What have you heard? And it's like, just don't want to work with you. Simple. We don't do builders.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying, look, there are great builders out there.
Absolutely.
There's definitely great builders out there, but you know what it is? It's the same as plumbers. A couple of them will spoil it for the rest. There's genuinely, like, I'm on Instagram watching, like, Heidi build. There's a lot of other guys like Hopkins I see as well. there's a lot of these guys, they put their heart and soul into their industry.
Absolutely.
And these guys but everybody else sees the shit people and they think they pull it all together.
Yeah.
Same as us.
Yeah.
We're honest, hard-working plumbing companies, but then you got your salespeople like who I just mentioned that'll tarnish our reputation.
Of course.
And they burn people. So, I saw a Facebook post the other day, can anyone recommend a plumber? Like 3 people saying, hey, plumbers are sharks. I've never met an honest plumber. It's like, they are out there.
There's
They
heaps,
are.
There's
They
heaps
are.
of great blokes out there.
Of course there is. Of course.
Yeah.
But it's those 1%ers that fuck it for everyone.
Yeah,
Plumbing, electrical, builders especially. Man. I take my hat off to them. So it's just a personal preference. We don't do work for builders.
What's your team size?
We are a small team, and I prefer to keep it that way. So we're running myself and 4 guys and admin.
That's a great size.
Yeah, and I like it that way. I don't want to get too big. When I first started, I want to take over the world. I want 20 cars on the road, and I want this, and I want that. And then you sit there and you're like,
problems.
Exactly. And, you make a lot of costly mistakes to realise that.
Probably got 4 really good guys.
Yeah. And then now we're just, my boys have been with me for many, many years, and I'd rather just build on that, build on them than build the company. So I'm happy where we are, and I think we'll just stay where we are. So
that's awesome. And obviously you're now branching into Feed4ward.
Yeah.
And this is, it must be a complete wilderness for a plumber from Broadmeadows to be now, rubbing shoulders with the likes of Meta and WhatsApp.
Great.
So what do you see the future for Feed4ward, and what do you think you can make of this?
What do I see for the future of Feed4ward, and what can I make of it?
What's the motive? Like, I know you want to help people, but surely there's got to be an end game. There's got to be like, do you want Jinavo to be running itself while you're 100% into Feed4ward?
Jinavo won't stop. Jinavo won't stop. Like, if I've planned ahead, obviously, so if Feed4ward really does kick off, and it has kicked off, but if it goes like exponentially massive, I obviously do need to step away. So what I've done is I've structured it where I can pass the business on to the guys that are working with me.
Yeah.
So kind of like, hey, you guys have worked hard. You've been fucking loyal. Here, man, it's yours.
Yeah.
So I'll still obviously have a percentage of it, but they'll keep it running. So it's like, hey, as a thank you, and I want you to prosper and build wealth on it.
I love that.
Jinavo will still run, but Feed4ward, what's my plans for it? My plan is far out, man. Like, when your mind's got so much to say, but you just can't put it out. Like, I want it to be the leading. I want it to be a safeguard for small businesses. Now, it's not just for tradies. Bakery down the road run by a small family. A lot of like smaller businesses, they might live in the back or live upstairs in your retail space. I want it to be their go-to to protect themselves. So, I just want to safeguard people. That's all it is. And
how many have you got signed up? Like, what's the response been?
we got a fair bit, man. We got a fair bit. We're really kicking off in Melbourne, and we're kicking off in Sydney, and then we've got other like spots. We might have North Queensland, WA, Adelaide, all over scattered. But just for those guys, it's a bit like it's not appealing to them because the reviews aren't there.
Yeah.
So my biggest problem that I'm facing, and anyone hearing this, I'd appreciate it, is people leaving reviews. So then it's more attractable to the next person.
Sure, that's the hardest part. I get.
You've got to get numbers in each suburb, and you've
do.
got to.
That's right. That's right. So I realised when I launched, I was doing things wrong. I was like, trying to go all out Australia, but it doesn't work because you're everywhere. It's not appealing. So now we're just starting off Melbourne, Sydney, keeping them sort of growing, and then we can start to branch out.
It's relative.
Exactly. So
because we've seen what you've been doing, going out on site and catching up with the plumbers and doing a video, and you're welcome to come out and see us.
I definitely will.
We're now a Feed4ward, user. And did you have to overcome any legalities as far as like defamation of character and things like that? And
absolutely.
What were the challenges that you had with that?
Man, come to my house and charge me a couple $100, and a client will complain about a plumber. Imagine going to a defamation KC. Like it was like 7,000-8,000 for like 2 bits of paper.
I understand.
Yeah, and that was like, how do you dispute that? I can't sit there and be like, how do you justify your pricing? What did you charge hourly? What's this? What's that?
Yeah.
Because of the status, Definitely. There was absolutely concerns about defamation and stuff like that.
as like the, let's say us as WL Chibbers Plumbing, we're a user, do we have a certain protection as under that defamation of character? Like no one can come in and say, hey, here's a lawsuit, I've seen you on Feed4ward.
Yeah.
You know, are we safe as far as that goes?
So Feed4ward is a private platform. It's not public information.
Gotcha.
So you have to be a user to see it. You can't, John that works for somebody, you can't make an account. I've booted so many people off, it's not even funny. I've literally yesterday kicked 3 people out because they're making accounts and they're not linked to a business.
Yeah.
You can sit there and say your side of the story, but you can't get all personal and attack people and get an all thingo, you know. So you can state your truth. My name is Jordan. I'm WL Shivers. We done a job for Manny, installed a hot water unit, and he refused to pay. And that's it.
That's fact.
Yeah, that's fact.
Yeah.
I'm sharing my side of the story. I can't sit there and say, I went out to Manny's house, he's this, he's that, he's this, blah, 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 you know, and get real personal about it, then it's borderline.
Do you offer replies? Can you reply?
There's a lot of things.
Like a Google.
Yeah.
But I guess the customers don't see it.
Yeah.
That's true.
There are a lot of things we are working on, and I've been bouncing off a lot of feedback off users.
You don't want it to be a bickering back and forth argument.
It's just like, hey, warning, like a creditor watch, but for business kind of thing. So
it's just like a comment.
Yeah. No, well, look, it's really interesting and keen to get into it.
Yeah.
Did you have any really memorable jobs that kind of made you go, wait a minute, this is not working. I need to go out and create an entire platform app and business. So have you been burnt or what's happened?
Who hurt you?
How did this happen? Yeah. Like, you know, like
I have been burnt. Every single business owner has. I'm sure you guys have too, you know, like every business owner has. Like if, you know, I spoke to one tradie and I'm like, have you had any bad clients? Like, no. I'm like,
really?
You're doing all right. Like, I take my hat off to you.
Where, has he been working just for his neighbour or like?
Nah, but this is, I think he was a pressure washer, and I was like, maybe your invoices aren't as big or whatever it may be or stuff like that. But I was very shocked. But every business owner has it. How did it start? Look, I obviously had clients that, you know, I wish I never met, and then my whole circles are all business owners. So, you know, I'd catch up for a feed or a beer or something, and then they start expressing their frustration about a certain client and then this and this. And then you start to soak that in, you know, and you're like, like, what if, like, imagine there was a way that, you know, I could fix this problem. Yeah. And then I came up with, I had the idea for many years, don't get me wrong, but you know what it's like, you got 101 things happening at the same time, trying to run a business, this and this. And it was only until I was in hospital where I had nothing to do. So, you know, I rang my girlfriend at the time and told her, bring me a pen and paper when you come to hospital. And then I just...
Your mind was running.
Started doing it, started designing, started everything. And then as soon as I left, I think I was still covered in bands. I was in a gas explosion. Yeah. I was
at work?
Yeah, I was in a gas explosion.
Can we go into that?
Yeah, of course.
What happened?
Well, we done a pub out in Port...
So you're drinking on the job again?
Port Albert. No, it wasn't opened yet. It wasn't opened yet. So we done the gas lines, LPG bottles, all that sort of stuff. And I'm like, I'll go out there on a Saturday. It was a 4-hour drive. I'm like, I'll go out there. I'll do my testing commissions, get it all going, and we're right, you know, burner pressures, all that, supply pressures. And what happened was I was purging the line. So as I purged the line, I touched the copper. Didn't realise that it was live. Came in after us and...
put his earth bond to it or something.
Exactly. So the copper line was live.
In this day and age, obviously we contend with earth all the time.
Yeah, man, yeah. I didn't know because I touched it. Your hands are rock solid.
Especially gas.
Yeah. And look, you know, like, I'll be honest, you're comfortable. Like, I've been doing this for years. I'm just doing a quick purge, you know. Like, you know, you're meant to. Bonding strap, whenever, you know.
Like when you do your commissioning and journeymans. Yeah. Has anyone ever put a bonding strap from a gas cock to a control valve? No one.
Yeah.
So you hear about your bonding straps on your water lines and your meters and all that, but you gas, you're second nature.
Yeah. So I've literally disconnected from the gas cock, let out a bit of gas just to sort of get all the air out. You know, air starts coming out. Then once you smell the LPG, put it back on and you know, start working on your appliance.
So you got belted and lit on fire at the same time?
No, so what happened was it sparked up. And mind you, I was, you know, your stainless steel kitchens, you got your cabinets real small. And I'm talking like I was this far away, yeah? So I was creeped up in there. Next minute, boom, just blew up right in my face.
Whoa.
Anyway, so obviously I had all here like burnt. I had my hands all burnt all there. Long story. I obviously got up, went to the main ISO, turned that off. Went to the bottles, just turned them off just in case. And then what happened was the paramedics came, took me to Yarram. And then
Yarram.
Yeah,
I've been to Yarram.
Yeah, so what happened is the paramedics came. They were going to take me to I can never say the name.
Traralgon?
That's the one. Traralgon Hospital. But then what happens is they opened my mouth and realised I was burnt all in here. So they're like, nah.
Yarram Hospital's a pretty small place, though.
No, where they took me to the football oval in Yarram. There was a helicopter waiting there for me.
An airlift.
I got airlifted to the Alfred. Yeah,
Shit yourself?
I mean, I was honestly, I'm not. I had it at the time of my life.
Yeah.
At the time of my life, it was mad. I was in the helicopter. It got to a point they turned my speakers off because I was talking that much shit. Because with burns, like the pain's always there, and you don't see the severity of it when it happens. It just looks like a bit red.
Later.
But then later, it's like it's all peeling off. Your face is all, thingoed. And got airlifted to the Alfred Hospital. Man, nurses, doctors, Alfred, any hospital in general. They're wonder workers. So we done a big charity run after that for the Ambos. Anyone watching this, I really suggest you get ambulance cover because they sent me a bill for $42,000 for the helicopter.
For the Uber.
Yeah, for the helicopter. Yeah, which I understand. I understand. But look, luckily we had cover and stuff like that, so it was waived.
So you were mummified in hospital,
Pretty
wrapped
much,
up, and then just thought I'm going to start a business.
Yeah. No, just because my mind's always ticking. Like I'm constantly moving, constantly thinking. I'm always on the go.
Got to be productive.
I can't rest. That's my problem, yeah. So when I was in the hospital bed, it was like, hey, now's probably a good time to work on this. So pen and paper. What do I do? How do I design it? Who do I need to look for? How do I structure it? Really spent so much time researching, blah, blah, blah. And then saw there was actually nothing like this. And I'm like, I'm surprised. I'm shocked. There has to be. Looked all over Australia, looked all over United States, blah, 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 and there was nothing. I'm like, okay, let's do it. Let's make it happen. Here we go.
That's amazing.
So, and then here we are.
Yeah.
Unreal.
So they say from everything there's always a silver lining.
But there is always a positive in every negative.
Yeah.
In every negative. Like when I hear people complain about, I hit traffic. All right. Maybe you just dodged a big car accident.
Exactly.
There's always a positive. I don't like complainers, bro. People don't, you got to see the good in everything. Everything. Like right now, you were saying to me, you've only got a couple of views, blah, 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 but this is your building block.
Yeah.
Talk to me this time next year or talk to me this time in 5 years.
Yeah.
You might blow up. You might be the plumbing channel, you know.
Well, we hope to be.
Yeah, of course.
We're here with nothing but genuine intent.
Of course.
And
So
we want to speak to people just like you. And, how we created this podcast is that part of our strategy for this year, bit of marketing, whatever, you do your social media, it was to get me to come on to somebody's podcast as a guest.
Yeah.
It's exposure. You get to all share it. It's
course,
a communal thing. And I was looking out and there was nothing of relevance.
Yeah.
And I thought, I listened to a few podcasts here and there, and it's particularly business ones. Mark Bouris has got one, the founder of Yellow Brick Road.
Yeah.
Straight Talk, it's called. And he brings in, all types of big, he speaks to the Westpac CEO and brings in all these people from big businesses, and they chat like this, and it's amazing the information that you hear, and it's so insightful. But there was no one for tradie talk, and there's no one to say, hey, you've been burnt on fire, and then you created an app, and we talk about problems in the trade. So, that's how we got here as well. And at the end of the day, we finished school at 15 and 16. We weren't academic people. We're just plumbers. We're nothing special, are we?
But were you surprised at how much studying you had to do to become a plumber? Because I definitely was.
Well, we're still doing it now.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks ago, I was at the Master Plumbers doing the TMV, Thermostatic Mixing Valves course. So even
crazy.
Now, 15 years in the industry, you're still going. So
absolutely.
Where did you do your schooling? You at Heidelberg?
Yeah, look, trade school, I was at Victoria University. Licenses I'd done at RMIT in the city.
Okay.
And then all my specialised like backflow, type A, thermostatic mixing was all Master Plumbers out in PICAC in Brunswick.
Brunswick, yeah.
So That's where I've done it. Great facility. And I love what Master Plumbers does.
I think they do a really good job.
They do. They really do keep everyone together in a sense. And I love the whole fight back against this whole ban gas shit.
Yeah.
Because to me, that's a crock of shit.
Well,
that is a fucking crock of shit.
Gas is not going anywhere.
Sorry.
No,
That really is the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
So
ban gas.
My theory is, and there'll be a smart ass on Instagram or TikTok or someone that's going to prove me wrong. And,
of course they will.
But we're from the northeast, you're from the north, so every house has a 135 hottie.
Of course.
And every house has a ducted heating unit. What's the solution to the ducted heaters? Don't tell me split systems.
That's what they're going to push for. Yeah,
whatever.
That's shit.
Yeah, in every room. Yeah, that's
or they say, a reverse cycle ducted splitty. When's that going to roll out? Yeah. It's not going to happen in our lifetime as tradespeople.
And also, you get these architectural homes that are slab floor and flat roof. So there's no room under or over. You're going to have an eyesore of ductwork going over the roof.
Well, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
No.
So heat pumps.
Yeah.
Tell me, what do you think?
We've ripped out so many.
So have we.
Yeah. We've ripped out
I've ripped out more than I've put in.
Yeah, so people are like, I want to get a heat pump. We're going to save a bit of money. Yeah, give it 6 months. Give it a year.
But also, if you're gonna put one in, we recommend to use the Ream Ambience.
Yeah. I've heard great things.
They're really expensive.
Yeah.
And by the time you do run the power to the board, and by the time you set them up and actually put them in, you're upwards of 8 to 10K.
Yeah.
Right? By the time you get a hot water service,
of course.
Might get $1,200 back in a rebate or something.
That's all good.
Still a $7,000 plus out of pocket investment.
And it's still going to only last 10 to 12 years.
Yep.
So you've dropped 10, you're going to get it's $1,000 a year for hot water.
Yep.
And you're going to have to replace it and get another one.
And what happens when they break down?
Yeah.
So you've done your Type A gas, as have I. We've done the course. Technically, we're the specialists in that area of service and repair.
Burner, a whole lot. What do? Call up pretty much a computer IT technician to come and play with the ball.
Might have to call the app developers from Feed4ward.
Get Meta over here to go do it.
I hear you.
So what's going to happen in 10 years when we look at another company from the northeast, northern suburbs, has done hundreds and hundreds of thousands of heat pumps on behalf of one of the government agencies?
Well, you answered it before. You said he'd rip them out. We'd rock up and people go, I need hot water this Saturday. Well, I don't have time to contact, what are the government-funded ones called? Those white ones with the sub thing off the side?
Yeah.
They got that refrigerating unit.
Anyway.
Yeah.
They call you on a Friday afternoon. I'll call the service tech that opened Monday. They'll have someone out within 4 days to look at it. Well, I need hot water. I can get you an Aquamax this afternoon. And I'll go to Reese and I'll put it in. It's 3 services, we're done.
Of course.
So you guys still doing plenty of gas hot waters?
Definitely, yeah.
I feel like all the maintenance plumbers
I do recommend it. Look, I talk to clients and I just tell them, look, I recommend gas. People might dispute that and say, nah, but wholeheartedly, people will definitely disagree with me on this, but my best interest is the client, and I feel like gas is the way to go. I know you're going to get a backlash for that.
I think continuous flow hot water is the best.
I was about to say.
The best hot water you can get is continuous flow. I have changed my mind on gas cooktops, and I do love my induction. So the induction cooktop I really like.
Yeah,
but
I reckon
but hot water wise, I'd love gas.
It's not as hot induction though, because I had it in my
hotter.
I don't know. I've recently moved house and we fully renovated our old house and we put this, Bosch. I think it's similar to your one, induction cooktop, and I just thought it was the bee's knees. We've now moved to a new place, and it's got a 10-year-old kitchen, and it's got a gas. I'm going, gas. My missus is going, I don't want to have to go back to that. I'm back on gas. Oh, mate, it's so hot. It's so good. Yeah. I don't know.
I just hate cleaning them.
True.
Yeah, it is the way to go. Look, a lot of the bigger families like your Europeans, Arab, Eastern, whatever it may be, big cookers, big eaters, they would prefer it. Yeah, definitely. I personally would prefer a gas cooktop over induction, but each to their own. It's personal preference. Do you drive V6? Do you drive V8?
Literally,
it's everyone's personal preference.
And what would your favourite hot water be for a residential home? Like if there was no budget constraints, what unit would you go for?
Storage?
No, any. It doesn't matter. Storage is you tell me what for your home.
Yeah.
Let's say you've got a new house, you bought a house in Mill Park, for example. You can get under the house, you can do gas lighting. It's all your option.
Yeah. Like my house, I had the old Comeragin piggyback solar unit.
Yeah.
Rip that out.
For
like
sure.
literally the day I moved in.
That's what I was thinking of.
And then just put a continuous in. Yeah,
Can't
can't
go
go
wrong.
wrong with a continuous. So
Yeah.
leave it on, doesn't matter.
Just pay the bill.
That's it. It's on forever. It's good to go and they're reliable. I do back the Renaults when it comes to continuous. I haven't heard great things about the reams. However, though, it does conflict when it comes to storage. When it comes to storage, I always back the reams. Always.
Yeah.
If price isn't an issue, I always tell the client if you want a great unit, ream stellar, best unit on the
About
market.
an Aquamax.
Aquamax is good too. Yeah. I haven't had much issues or anything. With the Aquamaxes, you might get your common issue is those mixing valves on the side, stuff like that. Easy fix. But I try to push for the reams. Yeah, try to push for the
Are they a
reams.
stainless cylinder now?
Yeah.
They have changed.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
they used to be like 200 kilos. Those things. You pull them out.
Yeah.
They're 7
massive.
foot and they're just a
they're
huge thing
units,
to handle.
And the front of them got that plastic sort of cover,
round.
so you got to be real careful of handling it.
Yeah,
and
pull the
like
door off.
if you put any dents or anything into it, so you got to be real careful. But ream number one for me, and then if not, I'll go like an Aquamax 390
Yeah.
or whatever like that.
So shout out to Ream, hook him up with some good deals.
Yeah, ream.
What about
I was just
suppliers?
talking shit about their continuouses.
Who are you dealing with to buy your gear? Who's your number 1, 2, and 3 suppliers?
Supply plumbing supplies we use Reese. Reason is man, we're in maintenance. Like if we need shit, we need shit now. And Reese, you can't beat him when it comes to location.
Yeah.
Shout out to Luke Collins, a good man. He's my manager.
What branch is that?
Luke's jumped around.
Oh,
But
you followed him?
I don't give a shit where he goes. I'll follow him.
Yeah.
I said to him, I go, if you move to Perth, my home branch is going to be in Perth.
we can speak for that because my old man had a great relationship and still holds a great relationship with a chap from within Reese, and he kind of saw him right from when he was 18 in the branch at Monty and became branch manager and had followed him throughout his whole career. At one stage, our home branch was in Ballarat. Is that right, Dan?
Yeah.
So that loyalty will go a long way. So
Your suppliers are your partners.
yeah,
They really are the backbone of your success. Like there's been times where I walk into Reese and I'll say it, like there's been a couple of Reeses where they just love having me in because go in, have a joke, have a laugh.
yeah.
I hate it when I see guys sitting there yelling and blasting the guy behind the counter because maybe they fucked up an order or
It's
whatever.
always a good vibe at Reese supposed to go into one of the
yeah.
smaller guys. It's a bit dingy
Yeah,
and dark.
you know, like at the end of the day, like you got to see them as your business partner because realistically, they are the reason for your success. Like you got to see it that way.
Yeah.
So without them, you're nothing. Without you, they're nothing.
Yeah,
So
my old man always said to me in the early days when he was teaching me the basics of business, I was a young chap, and he goes, you pay your suppliers before you eat.
yeah.
You know, he goes, you are nothing without your suppliers.
Absolutely.
And they get paid first because you need them tomorrow. You know,
Absolutely.
it's no good if you
Yeah,
can't buy
absolutely.
gear.
And like I'm sure that you guys are a fairly like reputable larger company. How many times have you guys been tried? Like how many times have suppliers tried to poach you?
Oh,
Many times.
It happens on a daily basis.
Exactly. I can go on emails now. We've had other suppliers reach out. Hey, we can get you better deals.
We have it.
Yeah.
I think Audrey got one just the other day through one of the Facebook or Instagram groups. You know, all the time.
Yeah.
We're a little bit different because obviously we're a bigger team. We run out of a decent sized factory, so we have a lot of stock in house. So we're a little bit more diversified with where we buy from. So obviously we hold great relationships with Reese, TradeLink, and Harris. They're our 3 core suppliers, and all like we're pretty frank with them all, and we say, look, we do business with all 3 of you, and certain suppliers have are better with Harris, for example.
Of course.
They're just red hot on their PVC.
I have heard like real great things about Harris.
Harris are great.
I have. I've definitely heard a lot of great things, and there's a lot of online guys now.
Yeah.
Like Forge, they've reached out. We've had
Beyond. Is it Beyond?
Yeah.
I've not dealt with any of those type of mods yet. With Harris, though, it's not as polished, is it, Danny?
The material's the same. It still rocks up. It still comes on the ute. It's still identical. But if you want to go in and get tickets to the footy from Reese and go in and they've got the coffee machine ready and you can go around the back and see everyone, it's a little bit different down there. But the prices also reflect because it's not flash.
Of course, absolutely.
But you almost pay for like the premium service.
Yeah, I've never used Harris. When I did start, I was using McCann's.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
what happened to Swan?
they're big in Sydney. They're
We
apparently
used to do a
big in
lot.
Sydney.
They were the ones that reached out the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think they're bigger in Sydney and Queensland. Same as, I think, Samios.
Oh, we did a bit with
Yeah,
Samios
we had
back
a
in the
little
day.
bit.
Yeah.
Remember Sammy? So, Manny, we've got
Tell
a couple of questions.
Fire away, brother.
Okay, here we go. They're very simple. What's the favourite tool in your van? I don't think I could answer some of these either. These are tough.
iPhone now.
Yeah, very favourite tool in the van. You got so many, that's the thing.
It's got to be one that, like, you know, you get that tool you forget you have, and when you really need it, you get excited. You're like, oh, I've got this tool. It's going to fix this. Like,
I love those really small shifters. They come in so
yeah.
handy sometimes. Man, what is it? There's this new little ratchet shifter that I've picked up. That's a fucking lifesaver. Tool that I don't know.
There's too many. What about you,
Yeah,
Dan?
off the top of my head.
one
yeah.
that's changed the game a little bit on burst pipes are the barrel cutters opposed to your small copper cutters. So you know your clip-on cutters and you just kind of spin them and you don't have to tighten them.
Yeah.
When you're in like a tight brick wall or something and you can get a screwdriver and almost flick them over, you can save so much room. I think they're a bit of a game changer.
Yeah. If you want to learn new tools, just go on TikTok and look what the plumbers are doing in the UK.
Yeah, well, I was in the US and I was talking to a lot of plumbers there, and do you know there they can press onto gal?
I've seen that.
They can press onto gal.
Yeah.
When are we getting that?
Yeah. So like, you know, you do a burst pipe and it's like gal lines are rusted and you're like, I'm sorry, but I have to work thread to thread.
Yeah.
And they're like, why can't you just clamp it or cut that section? I'm like, I can't.
It's just literally B-press straight on.
Straight on,
Those
yeah.
Vega ones.
Vega, that's it.
There's a
Vega,
guy on TikTok, I think he does like a lot of irrigation setups and he uses a bandsaw. I don't know if you've seen him, but he puts the most, I mean, it looks like about $2,000 worth of fittings every job he does. But you see him, he clamps onto the gal.
Yeah. It's good seeing like other countries and how they operate. I could be wrong, but I'm fairly certain Germany's number one on standards. I think all their downpipes are like self-siphon systems as well. I think we're number two.
We're running 90mm downpipes.
Yeah.
Flash.
You know, the US is, look, man, I went to the toilet, flushed the toilet in the US. Like the water bowl's like, the water sits pretty high. And then when you flush it, it's like a vacuum, It's like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah,
you
it's
can't
totally
have heard
different.
that. Yeah, a whole different ballgame.
Totally different sanitary system.
Yeah, it is. Very different. You know, and you look at like similar, but not similar, you know? So you kind of get your head around it. But one thing that'll do it for me is like the whole, you know, inches and all that sort of shit.
Imperial.
Man. I was
And
like,
Wayne still deals in Imperial as well.
oh,
As
man,
apprentices,
it'd be
we
all
get
right.
yelled at, go cut me a piece at 2.5 inches. And
When we were an
grab me a bit of
apprentice.
2 1/4, a few fittings. I go 2 1/4 fittings. What's
Yeah.
a 2 1/4 fittings?
We had to have the inch. We had to have the imperial and the metric rule.
Yeah.
He'd go because he'd spit out once. He'd go 200mm, and the next thing he'd go, 6.5 inches. I'd swip it around. So.
But can you imagine how hard it was to be a plumber back then?
Oh yeah.
You know, your urban wear drains, metre by metre, nice and thing, mud it up. And then here we are, 6 metre lengths,
Rock,
cleaner.
rock.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
It's the cast iron stacks that get
Oh,
me.
man.
You go into the city and you see 7 or 8 floors of a fully vented system with brass and welding and
Lead.
cast iron.
Yep.
Imagine how heavy that would have been getting it up there and doing that.
Copper rough-ins. I take my hat off to them, man. They've worked hard.
Even the old roofs, Super 6 asbestos. Or you look at like Flinders Street, full copper, pitch like this.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Some guys, they would have been out there, no rails.
Yeah.
Getting it done. And look how long it lasts.
Yeah, of course, absolutely.
What do you reckon the future of the trade looks like? We've seen, and Danny will agree, we've seen less and less apprentices interested. We see more and more plumbers retiring. Where do you see these, we talk about these cast iron stacks in the city. In 10, 20, 30 years, who's sorting this stuff out? What do you see?
I agree with you when it comes to, a drop in people wanting to get into it because I experience it. Where do I see the industry? The industry is going to be very, very, very well sought after. No one's getting into it. Supply and demand. Who's going to supply the demand? So if you look at, I don't know the guy's specific name. He was someone, I think he was a CEO of, I think he might have been BlackRock or some big investment firm. The future is trades, blue collar. Everything is getting replaced by AI. And I've just come back from San Francisco. every single thing they were working on is AI, AI, AI.
Oh, we use it every day.
Exactly. I had someone reach out to me, actually, 2 days ago. I can replace your receptionist with AI.
Yeah,
It's like, yeah, you can do that. I'll save a shitload of money, but at the end of the day, I'm feeding a family.
Actually,
I would prefer to feed a family than replace AI. So when I look at my office lady, she's got 4 kids. I'm not going to take that from her because I can save a bit of money. I might, like I said, I might save a bit of money, but I'm not money motivated. But a lot of people I understand, but it's going to be good luck getting a plumber. In 10 years, good luck finding a plumber, and good luck, pricing will go through the roof, I believe. You're going to be competing with C-suites. You're going to be competing with surgeons, high up levels. I'm just talking on wages, not business owner. That's where I feel like it's going. I don't know if you guys have heard this, but a lot of investment VCs and family firms are buying out a lot of blue collar industries.
We've heard.
Yeah.
We know of some.
Yeah. So ask yourself why they see something that people don't see.
It's almost like the sharks are circling.
Exactly. So they see that the industry that in the next 10 years they're planning ahead. The next 10 years the boom is trades, blue collar. Yeah. If I can encourage any young kid to get into anything, plumbing, electrical, any trade, just get into a trade. It was the opposite when I grew up. It was like become a doctor, a lawyer, or this and this and this. Nah, things are changing. Trades are being more well respected.
The pendulum has swung a bit.
Exactly.
And that was going to lead on to my next question. If you had any advice for a young person that was considering it, and we're going to speak to a couple of youngies in here, and part of Danny and I, our motivation is to encourage and educate young people via an online network.
And I hope you guys prosper in that, man. I really hope you guys do well.
So
what advice to the young guys? Fuck, man, you got to really be bulletproof. We've all been through the shit. There's so many times we probably fuck this, throw the tools down, I'll quit.
Of course.
Or as an employee, as a business owner, you're constantly fighting, especially in the state of Victoria. Running a business in Victoria, we're getting absolutely slammed. For the young guns, I would just say don't give up. It really is a test of your resilience, if anything.
I think they get it wrong. Well, a lot of apprentices, they see an apprenticeship at 4 years.
Yep.
It's not.
Nah.
4 years doesn't really give you much.
Yeah.
You really need to get your first 3 years of being a registered plumber under your belt.
Sure. Definitely.
Until you're relevant for handing in a resume.
Definitely.
I don't want a first-year plumber.
Yeah.
Journey, what's he know?
Yeah, nothing.
I don't know who trained him.
Exactly.
But if he goes, hey, I've done 3 years of maintenance, I've run my own van, I've worked for this guy, all right, that means something now.
Of course.
If you're going to do an apprenticeship, stick to it. It's a minimum 6-7 years.
Yeah.
It will pay off.
100%.
It is hard every day.
Yep.
You will get thrashed. You'll work late. You'll work weekends. It's not structured. It's up, down. It's raining. It's not raining. It's all over the place. It's just you've got to persist.
Yeah. I think the VBA now, or BPC now, they've brought out something. You can't get licensed after 2 years after getting your registration.
They've changed
it.
it.
Yeah, they have, haven't they?
They've changed it. They've made it harder.
So they should.
Which I kind of agree with. I'll be honest, I kind of agree with.
You shouldn't be running a business with 4 years experience.
When I did backflow, Manny and Danny, when I did the backflow course, there was a young guy in the class and he just got his licenses, and I don't think you could just tell he was a little bit blue.
Yeah, yep.
And he shouldn't have had it. And you get chatting about things in the class, and he was reeling off things that was just utter bullshit.
Yeah.
He had no idea what he was talking about.
Yeah, yep.
And he's a licensed plumber.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here going, oh God, this guy's out writing certificates.
Yeah.
You can't buy
He's got
experience.
no idea.
But isn't that dangerous?
Frighteningly dangerous.
Very dangerous.
Yeah.
Very, very dangerous. And I said all the time, we got a pretty firm grip on our local community, and we always get up and comers that come up. We had one guy, he one man band and new jack shit, fresh out of his, got his whatever, and didn't know how to run a business. His pricing was crazy. We quoted a job, I think it was about $4,500, and he came in at $900.
Oh, so
and I was like, Danny, I generally said to myself, how the fuck can you do that?
He doesn't know.
It doesn't, my materials is more than that. Anyways, and then my materials double, if not probably more than that. This is going back a while ago, but let me ask you the question: who's still around and who isn't?
He's gone.
Gone.
Or he's learnt the hard way.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Or now he's sitting here going, nah. Now he'd be the guy charging $4,500 for that job.
Exactly.
And, you know, we spoke on our first episode about there's a lack of education on plumbers charging enough, and small businesses. People lose money every day.
Of course.
Even we make mistakes. You know?
We still do.
We've been getting right into our data of jobs, and it's like really breaking it down to like, okay, how much really was the material? How many trips went there? How many hours of guys went in it? And then when you really write it down, you go, that was a lot of effort for $150.
Yeah, of course.
And you go, but certain jobs you can't be much more than that. You just got to be efficient to do it in a better time,
of course.
Not go to race in between it and,
definitely,
whatever.
Absolutely. It's the little things that really do count, hey?
Oh,
yeah. It really is. They make all the difference. It really does make all the difference. Yeah, man, far out. Like, yeah. I do agree with you. Like, we are really good at our jobs. Like, you know, plumb something up, no problems, piece of piss. But I think where the industry does lack is business. Definitely.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Of course, you can be the greatest tradesman. You can do the neatest copper work and whatever. But if you don't know how to put pen to paper and how to do it efficiently and tick all the boxes,
of course. Just need to be trained on that, I guess. So I think that should be like a big part of your licensing. It is. You have to sit that business course, but
it's not
what
real,
the fuck?
It's not real life.
You don't learn shit.
It's not real life experience.
It's like I just need to tick the boxes just to get my license.
There should be even
something more.
Even an optional course for guys to. Like when you go to sit your plumbing license, they should say, we recommend you go do this. And it's a, I don't know, not a plumbing specific, but a trade specific estimation kind of course.
What do you guys think about like business coaches and stuff like that? Because it seems like every Tom, Dick and Harry is one
every
now.
time you jump on Facebook, you know, are you charging enough? I've got a formula. And I mean no disrespect to the business coaches because they're obviously tradesmen themselves that have learnt the hard way.
All, no, I'd probably say like 9 out of 10 aren't.
Well, some of them must have convinced me that they are through their marketing. I think that they are. I've identified an issue, and now they're not. I don't mean to say prey on it, but they're preying on the weak tradies. And
of course.
I've got mates that have signed up and paid thousands and thousands of dollars to these programs. And got absolutely nothing.
Jack shit.
I could have given them more in a 30-minute sit down having a coffee.
Yeah, of course.
And you could have learnt that. So I'm not a huge rap for them.
Yeah, I was similar. I tried the whole business coach bullshit shit. I went to I won't get into this. But it was a lot of shit. Yeah. And you know, like you just said, 30 minutes with a business owner, you learn so much. I love sitting down with people and picking their brain.
Listen and ask questions.
Yeah, but no ego, ego, not egotistic. Like, you know, I'm sitting down with Jordan from WL Shivers and Danny. How many vans you got?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Yeah. Who you work for?
How much you
how much you making? No, it's like, I've like wholeheartedly, like I look up to a lot of plumbing companies. Perfect example, Reliable Plumbing, Chris out in Port Melbourne.
Yeah.
I bought a van off him. I'll be honest with you, I probably bought the van just to meet him. Anyway, so I bought a van off him and I sat down with him and said to him, hey, you know, asking questions, genuine questions. And then when Chris saw that, hey, this guy's genuine, starts answering, and we from transfer papers to just go fuck off, turned into like 2 hours just sitting there talking, blah, blah, blah. Hey, Chris, I'm struggling with this. What should I do? Manny, you should do this. Yeah, you know what I mean? Bounce off each other.
You're networking.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like
priceless.
You get that a lot.
Exactly. 100%.
Yeah, I speak to a lot of chaps. Not that I know any more than anybody else, but you know,
we don't tell them what to do, but you say, well, this is what I do.
Yeah,
it works for us.
Yeah, of course.
Everyone's got an individual circumstance.
Exactly. Like what might work for you guys might not work for me. It's everyone's a different basket, but it's always good to bounce off each other.
Oh, yeah.
There's times where, like, on jobs, I'll ring a mate of mine. Hey, man, I've gone blank. Can you remind me how to do this? Or he'll ring me, or other plumbers will ring me, and like whatever. And it's like, I need advice. It's like calling me because I'm a better plumber than you.
Yeah.
No,
exactly.
No, like. Let's bounce off each other.
Together,
let's work together, bro. You know, so
that's why we're lucky. We work together alongside each other every day.
Yeah,
and all the time. Well, you reckon I can do this? Is this compliant? Or You know, hey.
If one of my guys, and you know, I've been doing this for, I've been a plumber for 17 years. I've been doing this for 17 years. If one of my guys, like we come up with a plan, if he turns around to me and says something different that's actually better, I'm not going to be like, I'm the boss, you do it my way. It's like, no, you know what? You're right. That's actually a better way to do it. Let's do it that way.
Yeah. My apprentices have shown me up at times.
Yeah.
They go, hey, you know, a second year you'll be working along, and he goes, oh, why don't we run that pipe like that? And I go, oh my God.
You got to play it cool though. You got to be like, that's how I was going to do it.
But, they can because they look at it. You might be under the pump. You think about something else. But you're right. Other people, you got to let them lead in a way.
But Jordan, that's a compliment to you. For a second year to be thinking like that, that's like, hey, I'd take a step back and be like, man, this kid's going places.
Yeah.
When I was an apprentice, and I might put a suggestion in, it's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, what do you know?
But no.
It's a bit like Wayno with Danny.
But
I wasn't allowed to open my mouth for 4 years.
Yeah. So I think I encourage it. If they can think out of the box, come up with better solutions, fuck yeah. It's not, I'm your boss, I'm better than you. No.
Yeah.
You're in this together. So
before we wrap this up, obviously I was telling Danny before a bit of a funny story. So Feed4ward is a brilliant idea, and we've faced many issues over the years with customers being problematic in-house. And ServiceMate, which I believe you guys run, has got a feature called the burn list. Essentially what that is that you can flag a customer that if you ever enter them in your system, they come up saying, hey, you might have had a bit of trouble with this person in the past. Maybe think twice before working for them.
But does that show that to every ServiceMate user or just you?
No,
guys?
just you.
Just you. Okay,
so it's not.
So if the admins, that person rings, the admin searches, he's on the burn list, but only for you guys.
Only for us.
Because I'm on ServiceMate, you're on ServiceMate. I can't see that.
You won't.
Okay,
it's no good to you.
Yeah.
So what we did once, I had a scenario where
this was before
the burn list, before this Feed4ward, before anything. I changed the name of the customer in the client list. And we ended up getting paid from this customer, and I had changed the name to do not ever work for this scumbag customer that they don't pay or something along those lines. So Carol's come along, and this gentleman's requested a copy of his zero balance invoice after we'd hashed it out. And she's gone into the system and gone, generate invoice, zero balance, send. All good. The email then writes, dear, do not ever work for this scumbag customer as per Jordan's request. And it's emailed open. I've got, oh my God.
Did you hear anything from it?
No, it was the end of the story. He didn't pay. But you know what? That was probably going through the ringer of the hardship of trying to identify these bad customers and problem people. So I think with Feed4ward, ultimately, it's a top idea.
Of course.
And if the wider trade community can benefit from it, then we're here to look after each other. So
look,
that's.
It's pretty simple to use. A business just downloads it on the Apple Store, Google Store. They're able to make an account for their business and only their business, and then search and leave reviews on past, present, or future clients. And like I said, Jordan, the review you leave might save my business. The review I leave might save yours. At the end of the day, we're all in it together. Community, not competition.
That's right.
As we spoke on before, I've done it purely out of love for small business owners. Very simple to use. It's downloadable, guys. You jump on and get cracking. Leave as many reviews as you can.
The more the merrier.
The more the merrier.
More information that we can download.
Good clients, bad clients. What I've been doing as well is I've actually been like going to a client's house, finish a job, go on Feed4ward, leave them a great review and show them and the customer's like, oh, you just reviewed me, and then
turn the tables. Can you leave me a review?
And then they've just come back and left us a Google review. So it's not just for bad clients, good and bad. So, but guys, this has been great. I could honestly sit here for hours and hours.
So a big thank you, Manny.
Thank you,
Feed4ward app, Jinavo Plumbing. Again, if you think that you could add value to this podcast and you want to come along and meet Danny and I, we'd be really interested to hear from you. So reach out. We reckon Manny's going to hook us up with a few of his connections through the industry, bring them down, and we'll see you on the next one.
Fantastic, guys. Thanks for having me.
Nice.